Hello and welcome to the weekly Global Heartstream. I'm Gabriel Gonzalez, a professional coach, artist, and speaker who enjoys traveling the world, connecting with amazing people, and talking about the longest, most rewarding journey that you'll ever embark on, the 12-inch journey between your head and your heart. Through individual and group coaching programs, online courses, and live seminars, I teach a heart-centered approach to personal mastery, leadership development, and spiritual growth that helps people become the most loving, joyful, and powerful version of themselves. The Global Heartstream is a weekly dedicated space to help you reconnect with your heart, raise your vibrational frequency, and remind you just how powerful, loving, and amazing you already are. It's also an invitation to unify our hearts with the intention of bringing more love, compassion, and healing to a world that so desperately needs it. You can find out more about my work by visiting GabrielGonzalez.com, where you can also sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the Heart Leader community, and register for my upcoming seminars. And if you enjoyed this Heartstream, please be sure to subscribe, like, or comment so that we can reach more people and help make this a more loving, compassionate, and heart-centered world. Hello and welcome to the weekly Heartstream. I'm your host, Gabriel Gonzalez, broadcasting live today, Wednesday, el día número 2 de febrero. Oh, I said that in Portuguese, febrero, of February. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, depending on where you are in the world. Hello, Isabel, all the way out in the West Coast, Los Angeles. PJ in the Bay Area, not too far from you. Hello, Ellen. Hello, Cindy Hart. Hello, Dreams Made Alive. Lovely to have you here. Hello, Marjorie Sanchez. Buenos dias, buenas tardes. How are you all doing? What's the weather like where you're at right now? Here in Granada, it really feels like we're now turning into spring. Really. I felt, especially over the past weekend or so, that there was an energetic shift in the weather pattern. I can feel it when I'm out in nature, when I'm walking out. It really does feel like just the last few weeks of winter. And as you know, winter is very mild here in the south of Spain. So I shouldn't be complaining. It reminds me a lot of the winters out in Los Angeles when I lived there, or even in Cape Town in South Africa. They're very mild winters compared to what some people are experiencing. Hello, Mara. Welcome. Hello, Jean-Francois Figaro. Oh my God, you got like French and Italian there. Hello, Bella. Hello, Manu. Hello, Teresa. Hello, blessings to everybody. And once again, thank you for being here today. Let me see. Do we have any announcements? Not really. Not at this moment. Not that I can think of. And so we'll just dive right into today's main topic. Today we're talking about love all around you. Love all around you. And I think that today's topic will possibly invite you to begin to look in places where you never thought love, only to find that love had been there all along. What do I mean by that? Oh my God, there's more and more people coming. Hello, Danny. Lovely to have you here. You guys are late. Yeah, Gabriel, like this is a class or something. Well, it kind of is. It is really our weekly space for us to connect and to join our hearts together. So back to the topic that we're talking about today. Love all around you. The reason for this topic is, as you know, we're all moving now into this month of February, that it's the month that we celebrate love and friendship. You know, for many people, this is the month of romance. But for many other people, it's really the opportunity to deepen your connection with this thing that we call love. When I talk about love all around, the invitation is to think about this thing that we call love. I want to invite you to consider that it's closer to you than you are willing to possibly to admit. What do I mean by that? Well, we met the majority of us, including myself, from a very early age, learn to see this thing that we call love as something that happens only between people who fall in love and get married or begin to date or get involved. But then, as I grew up, my definition of love began to obviously to change. I began to see love as the love for a brother and a sister. I love my dog. I love chocolate. I love God. I love bicycling. I love going to the gym. And then, this thing began to expand. But nonetheless, we still have the tendency to think of love as something that's very, very high and very, very, very special. This topic came into being because I was having a conversation with a student last week, and he was telling me that he struggles to feel love, to feel love. And in our conversation, we started looking at all the different places, the different areas of his life where there's love, but he's not recognizing it because he's expecting it to feel or to look a certain way. Somehow, many of us have been led to believe that the experience of love has to be like extremely ecstatic or orgasmic, or it's got to make tears come out of your eyes or your chest beat really, really fast, or feel like so intense for you to be able to feel like, this is love. But what if that thing that you think it has to be felt so intense, it's actually not love, but what we could possibly describe as a higher emotional state that, sure, may include some aspects of what we normally call love, but not necessarily. If you think of love instead of being just an emotion or this thing that we're supposed to feel only when we're in love or when we say we feel love, but actually see it as a way of being that is all nurturing, caring, and supportive, which is the way that Dr. David Hawkins describes it. A way of being that is loving, that is nurturing, caring, and supportive. Then, doesn't that apply to anything that you do with the intention of caring, nurturing, and support? To give you an example, have you ever gone through an experience where your house has been like really dirty, right? For whatever reason, you have not had the chance to sweep the floor, clean the kitchen, and like do the bathrooms and like really clean the house. But then suddenly one day you just decide like, I can't put up with all this dirt or all this messiness or this disorder. And then suddenly, boom, you spend a few hours just really cleaning your kitchen and cleaning the refrigerator and cleaning everything. And then suddenly there's this extreme feeling of joy and satisfaction and pleasure that comes from having done something like that. Well, what if the energy that was behind that whole thing is this energy of love, the energy that nurtures, cares, and supports all of life? You just cared for your house. What if we began to see love, for example, in a waitress who is just cleaning up the table to ensure that it's nice and clean and ready for the next person that is going to come? What if we begin to see love in just when you look at somebody down the street and then look into your eyes and you say, and they say hello, good morning, and you say, hey, nice to see you, good morning, and you just keep walking? What if you could begin to see love in those little small actions you would never, never, never expect it? Yesterday, one of my students, um, she's a veterinary, and she has just arrived in class, and she was doing part of the class from her car because she was on her way home. And then suddenly she just said, guys, I have to stop this class because there's a dog in the middle of the road is going to get hit, and I have to do something about it. And so with this high state of worry and even fear, she left the class. And as she left the class, obviously there were some people that were worried. It's like, is she crazy? Is she not committed to the class? And right away, I just saw like what's really motivating her. It's love. It may look like fear or anger or frustration or whatever, or worry, but the energy behind it is the energy that nurtures, cares for, and supports all of life. That's what got her to actually leave class and break the agreement that she had made to be part of the circle, to go tend to an animal's needs. So when you begin to see then these small acts of love that are happening every day, all the time, that begin with you when you, for example, choose to brush your teeth before you go to bed at night. Okay, I remember for many years, I feel a little ashamed to admit this. I think up until my 30s, up until about when I turned 30, I would never brush my teeth at night. It was just something that, for whatever reason, I just didn't do. I will do like in the morning when I woke up, and then after lunch, but then at night I wouldn't. Until in my 30s, I went to see, a doctor, a dentist, and he spoke to me about, all right, you're no longer a little kid anymore. It's like you really need to brush your teeth. He spoke to me about all the accumulations, and he basically said, if you really care for your teeth and love yourself, you should do this. And so I began to do that. I began to brush my teeth at night. And even now, it's been many, many, many years since I resumed that habit, started that habit. There are nights where I don't feel like just one night's not going to make a big difference. But then there's something inside of me that says, no, it's important that you take care of your teeth. And so there's love. There is self-love. There is a way of being with yourself that is nurturing, caring, and supportive. You're caring for your teeth, making your bed in the morning, feeding yourself foods that are nutritious. When you begin to see love in just like those small acts everywhere, you begin to see that is there out there. There is a lot more love than you had expected. It's everywhere. It's in the person sweeping the street. It's in the person that is polishing your shoes, and they're not gonna let they're not gonna stop doing it until it's like shining, like really beautifully. So my point is, love doesn't always have to look like this exhilarating emotion that brings out tears and makes you feel completely overwhelmed, and your throat chakra chokes. No. Love is the energy that nurtures, cares for, and supports all of life. And the energy that is loving, nurturing, and caring and supporting all of life is present everywhere throughout the creation. And you see it everywhere, all the time. I bet you if you went out to like a public park or somewhere out in public and you just observed, you would open up new perspectives or new venues um, through which you can then look at love. You'll see love in not just, for example, two children holding hands. You'll see love in some guy that just picks up a can of Coca-Cola that somebody threw away and they put it in the bin. You'll see love when somebody is like feeding the birds. You'll see love when somebody throws something, even when the kids throw like potato chips in the water to feed the fish. There's love in that. The kids want to feed the fish. Right? That's the intention. You see it everywhere. You see it everywhere. You see the love that the dogs have for their owners. And that love, my goodness, the love for a puppy or for a dog, for their owner, for their caretaker. Now, that is truly unconditional. And so you begin to see that it's everywhere. It's all around you. It's not just in the lucky couples that get to make love and have this excitement because they're in love. It's like, no, you see it everywhere. You see it in the older couple that are walking holding hands. You see it in the person that is alone, and as they cleaning up the bench that they're about to sit on. Okay, you see it everywhere. You begin to see it everywhere. You begin to realize it. Wow, it's everywhere. If I really look for it, it's everywhere. Now, the beautiful thing about doing an exercise like this is that the tendency is to say, "Oh, there's no love. There's no loving people out there. Oh, no, it has to look this way." Okay, but every time you do that, and you put love in a box, like you put Jack in the box, you put love in the box, then what normally happens is you close yourself to seeing other possibilities. In fact, one of the things I talk about in my workshops when we talk about emotional self-mastery, especially when we talk about the development of our human ego, and then not only that, how the ego deals with emotional wounds and traumas, even the building of what Dr. What's his name? Nelson, the creator of the emotion code, the heart wall. I cannot remember his first name right now. It'll come to me in just a moment. That creation, that wall, that protective wall around the heart is actually done out of love, if you think about it. Sure, it may keep you from love, it may keep you from feeling, it may keep you from all these things, but here's the thing. Within you, there is a nervous system that feels that it's constantly receiving information from its environment. And within you, there's also an unconscious mind whose job primarily is to protect you and to keep you from pain. So when there's early childhood experiences or relationship experiences where you are emotionally hurt, that part of you, out of love for you, because it's connected to the energy that nurtures, cares for, and supports all of life, will actually build a wall around your heart to keep you from feeling pain again. Sure, like I said, it disconnects you with other people, but the motivation, the play, the reason why it was built in the first place was out of love for you, to protect you, to nurture, to care for you. And that's what I realize as a coach is ultimately allows the majority of people to surrender and let go of that wall or begin to dismantle it. It's a sudden realization that this is what I had to do to protect myself. This is what my unconscious mind did to protect itself. It's no different than when, I play the guitar. And a month and a half ago, I bought a new guitar. I bought a steel string guitar. And so it's different on your fingers when you're playing nylon strings versus when you're playing steel strings, metal strings.
So at first, my fingers started to bleed, and now I got calluses. What are the calluses? Well, it's your own natural body's mechanism. It's saying, this is painful, and this is causing Gabriel some pain, and it's also causing him to bleed. So let's create more skin, and let's build a callus so that Gabriel can then play the guitar without feeling that pain. What commands the skin to do that? Well, the divine intelligence that created us. What commands then that we build all these mechanisms to keep ourselves from feeling pain is, in essence, the energy that nurtures, cares for, and supports all of life. When you begin to see that, and you begin to remember that the energy that nurtures and cares for all of life is no other than God's love, you begin to then realize, oh my God, the presence of God is really everywhere. There's no place where God is not. You begin to see now God doesn't have to be like burning in a bush or like, like in the movies, like special music and the big white lights that blind you. It's like, no, you begin to see God in the grain of sand. You begin to see God in the totality of the creation. And then, when you begin to see also God in everything and in everywhere, you also begin to see the perfection of it all, and things that you thought were imperfect or wrong. It should not be that way. You begin to realize that that is part of the divine design. That is part of the divine design. Maggots eat a decomposing body because it is the energy that nurtures, care, and supports all of life that commands them to do that, to preserve the environment, to break down physical matter so that it can be recycled and transformed. We are, in essence, part of a much larger system in which we live, breathe, and have our being. That is the presence of God everywhere. And God is love. And so the invitation then is to begin to recognize that there's love all around us. It's not just in Christmas or because a song says it, but the truth is there's no place where God is not. And if you really begin to tune in into these finer details and recognize that the energy that nurtures, cares for, and supports all of life is everywhere present and it's always active, you begin then to see God everywhere, even in the person that you did not like, even in the person that hurt you. I had someone a few weeks ago ghost me. Okay. And when I was sitting with the feelings of anger and yeah, primarily anger and a little bit of fear as well. And I sat down to do a little bit of shadow work with this individual. I realized that the reason the ghosting took place was because there's a part of this person that does not want to feel uncomfortable, that does not want to hurt me. They don't want to feel guilt or shame or pain. And could you not say that there's a part of them that cares for them so much, wants to keep them so safe that that part of them is telling them just block this person, don't call this person, don't deal with this person. Sure, from our eyes we could say, they're being a coward, they're being this, they're being that, but from their perspective, they're doing really their best and what they consider may be the most caring, nurturing, and supportive thing for them, which might be to avoid another person. My point is, love is all around us, operating in disguise in ways that the majority of us are not used to seeing it. And so here's a very powerful question that you can ask. Even when somebody does the most unloving thing to you and hurts your feelings, and as I was just saying a little while ago, maybe ghosts you or does something, ask yourself, where's the love in this situation? In your prayer, you can say, dear God, please show me where where are you in this situation? Because if God is the presence of love, you're basically just asking the Holy Spirit or a divinity within you to show you where God is, right? Where this energy that nurtures, cares, and supports all of life is operating in this situation, in this person. And then you begin to see it. You begin to see it clearly. Now, the energy, obviously, that we call love is not equally present everywhere. Yes, it's in different degradations. You can see it and feel it in some places more than in other places. My point is, it's easy to recognize it when it comes in the form of a hug and somebody that looks into your eyes and tells you, I love you and you're the best thing that ever happened to me and I'm so grateful for you, and you feel it. It's great to do that. But even greater than that is when you look for it in places where it's really hard to find. In somebody that hurt you, in your enemy, in somebody that abandoned you, somebody that wounded you, somebody that betrayed you. Look for it there too. I bet you if you really look for it, and if you ask the divine to show you, to open your eyes, to help you find where the love is, you're going to start seeing then the perfection of what happened. Sometimes it may not be in the other person, the other thing, because there is evil in this world. But then again, when you ask, where is it? You may be surprised to hear that it's inside of you, and that's what's being asked to be revealed inside of you. For you then to rise into love, for you to then to take whatever happened and envelope it, encircle it with love, so that then you can better digest it, so that you can better surrender it, so that you can forgive it, so that you can better forgive it. To see love in all the creation, in all places, even the places where most people don't. It's a wonderful gift. It's a wonderful gift. And I would say it's a gift that was really brought into this planet in a way that had never been brought or shown by Jesus, the Christ, who saw love in the prostitutes and the beggars and the lepers and in all of those who the culture of the time pushed away, demonized. He saw love in places where the majority of the Sanhedrin and the authorities of that time could never see it. So that is the space that I want to invite you to go into, to see things in essence from your heart. The inner place within you where love resides, your connecting point to the heart of God, so that you can open yourself to a new perspective, a new awareness, a new way of seeing love. As just not something that a few people get to have, but as something much greater, way much more profound, that it's actually weaved into the fabric of this entire cosmos, the universe, and our lives. All right, with that as an introduction then to this topic, I'd like to invite you now to become very comfortable and allow me to guide you into a process to help you open your inner eyes to this thing we call love. That you may see it and recognize it throughout the entire creation, even in that which you think is not desirable or inconvenient or evil. That you may recognize the presence of this thing we call love all around us. Let us begin. Please close your eyes if you haven't already done that. And take a few moments to just become fully present in your body. Letting go of any unnecessary tension in the head, the neck, and the shoulders. Letting go of any unnecessary tension in the chest area, the torso, the abdomen. Letting go of any unnecessary tension in the arms and the legs. Giving yourself permission now to rest in the awareness of this present moment. Give yourself permission to recognize the presence of love within you and all around you. We now bring the awareness to the middle of the chest, placing a hand over the heart as we now begin to breathe straight into the heart. Allow that breath to become nice and slow, deep and evenly, so that the inhale and the exhale are approximately the same length. As you breathe in and out, let go of any unnecessary worry. Let life take care of itself for the next few moments. Let this focus awareness be an expression of love itself, a way to nurture and care for yourself. Fully present with yourself and in your body. Notice the heartbeat, the gentle love emanating from that space in the middle of your chest. Energizing that heartbeat with your breath. Establishing a deeper connection with the two main rhythms within your body. Your heartbeat and your breath. Now take a moment to feel appreciation for that heartbeat. Irrefutable proof not only that you're alive, but of love itself. For if love is the energy that nurtures, supports, and cares for all of life, it can only be the energy that makes your heart beat. Feel gratitude for the love that powers your heart. The same energy that keeps the planet spinning around its axis, that keeps the sun radiating, that keeps all the planets on its orbit, that takes care of the tides in the sea, that same energy is powering your heartbeat. Prompting you to take that breath. Love emanating from the heart as your heartbeat. Love flowing through your veins, carrying oxygen to every muscle, tissue, and cell. For the next few moments, allow this vibration of the energy that nurtures, cares for, and supports all of life to expand from your heart to all parts of your body. As I speak the following prayer on your behalf. In the name of the Father, the Mother, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. In the name of the I Am Presence and the Holy Christ Self of everyone here today and speaking on their behalf. I unify my heart to the infinitely loving heart of God, knowing that where I am, God is. Where God is, I am. I am beating in my heart, a presence of love within me. I am the radiance in the heart of God now, expanding all around me. I am life force energy, nurturing every cell, organ, and atom within me. I am divine harmony, unifying all my systems, energizing every organ, energizing all my chakras, restoring, balancing the totality of my being. I am the energy that creates worlds, healing me, repairing me. I am the energy that nurtures all of life, nurturing me. Every organ, cell, function working now in perfect harmony and order. My love tank being filled from within. I give thanks for this connection between the heart of our Father, Mother, God, and my heart. I give thanks for this breath. I give thanks for this heartbeat. In the name I am that I am, I now ask that my eyes be open to recognize the presence of love all around me. Recognizing that there is an energy, a substance that nurtures, cares for, and supports all of life, all the time. I recognize this presence, choosing now to see with new eyes the presence of God's love all around, the Creator in the creation. It's in how I take care of my body. It's in how I feed myself when I'm hungry. It's the energy that prompted me to create an environment around me that inspires me. And it's in alignment with who I am. I open my inner eyes now. And I ask the divine within me, beloved I am, beloved I am. Can you please show me where thou art all around me? For the next few moments, allow yourself to welcome any insight, any vision, any sense of knowing, or any feeling. Opening yourself to see with new eyes and recognize the presence of love all around you. The more you recognize it, the easier it is to feel it. The more you feel it, the easier it is to recognize it. In the name I am that I am, I now declare, I am one with the energy that nurtures and supports all of life. I am one with the energy that nurtures and supports all of life. I am one with the energy that nurtures and supports all of life. I recognize its presence within me and all around me. I recognize its presence in my heartbeat and in everyone's heartbeat. In the name of my holy Christ self, I now amplify this presence within me. Choosing now to become a vehicle for love, to be love, to give love. In the name of my holy Christ self, I now radiate this energy, this loving, caring, nurturing energy from my heart to other hearts around me, to the hearts of everyone who's present here today, to the hearts of my friends and my family, and to the hearts of every son and daughter of God. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, We love you, we honor thee, we appreciate you. We cannot thank you enough for having created the cosmos. Cannot thank you enough for being the presence that makes our heart beat, for being the presence that makes the sun rise, for being the presence out of which all four seasons originate. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for being present in each and every one of us. In the name Jesus the Christ, Gautama the Buddha, in the name of Sri Krishna, we call for an amplification of thy energy, thy presence in each and every one of our hearts. May this energy bring greater balance and harmony to our lives, and give us also the wisdom to recognize the presence of love all around us. Recognizing the presence of love throughout the creation, in my clients, in our friends, in the strangers. That we may recognize those small acts of love that normally go unnoticed. And in recognizing the presence of love all around, may we then praise the presence of God everywhere. For this and more, we're infinitely grateful and thankful, and we let it be, knowing that it is done and it is so. Amen. Gently now, we initiate our journey back into the full awareness of our time together, knowing that something profound and wonderful has happened here as we establish a deeper connection with our hearts, and then through our hearts, with a greater heart that governs the entire cosmos. Having grown in our awareness of the presence of God everywhere, and therefore the presence of love as the energy that nurtures and cares for all of life, all around us. Okay, my beautiful friends. We're coming to the end of our time together. Let me check some of your comments. Lots of hearts. Thank you for the hearts in native cheek. Luli, my dear beloved friend from Venezuela. Lovely to have you here. Estou assistindo. Sávio. Eu leí sua mensagem. Obrigado. The secrets of love, says Deborah. All right. Well, I hope you're walking away feeling more connected to yourself, to your own divinity, and more importantly, that you're walking away in greater alignment with the energy of love. I want to remind you as we now move into this period that kind of like the Christmas season will have the tendency to become highly commercialized with Valentine's Day and all the little hearts and everything else, that you remember the most love actually goes completely undetected and unnoticed. What if you made it your commitment to, as we move into this month of February, to actually look for love in the most unlikely of places? And I guarantee you, you will find it. You will find it. And in doing so, you will be strengthening your own love muscle, your capacity to actually to see love, recognize it, and not only that, be able to give more of it. Because here's the thing, when you start recognizing something, you're giving it your energy, you're giving it your attention, and therefore, by law, it's being amplified. And the more you're amplified, the easier it becomes to recognize it. The more you recognize it, the more it's amplified, and that is how it works. Call it the law of attraction or just the way things work, really, at the energetic level. But that's how it works. Hello, Tanya from Canada. Thank you for being here. Shell, thank you for being here. All of you, thank you so much. All right, my beautiful friends, I wish you a fantastic rest of the week. Okay. Remind you to know that your inner eyes has been opened to this greater awareness of love, that you keep them open. Okay. Especially when things happen in life and you want to close your eyes, keep them open. Keep yourself, train yourself to recognize the presence of love all around you, and you'll see you'll have more love in your life. It just cannot happen any other way, because love can only summon more love. All right, my beautiful friends, thank you so much for being with me here today. As I said a few moments ago, I wish you a fantastic rest of the week, and I look forward to connecting with you again next week on the same channel at the same time. Until then, I send you all my love from my heart to yours. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for joining me in this week's Heartstream. I hope you're walking away feeling more connected to yourself and your divinity, to the planet, to others, and to all of life. Please be sure to subscribe so that you can receive notifications about upcoming broadcasts. And if you would like to sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the Heart Leader community, or register for my upcoming trainings and seminars, be sure to visit my website, gabrielgonzalez.com. Until the next time, please take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And as always, I send you all my love from my heart to yours. Bye for now.